Because Chris, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this from the bottom of my heart. If you're going to go to a Brandon Fraser movie, you got to whip your dick out.
Fraser. Yeah, Brendan. Start over. So it's Brendan Fraser. Not Brandon, but Brendan.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages, it's movies that don't suck and some do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And today we got two of the big movies of the year, right?
Well, I mean,
like at the end of the year.
One's big, one's one that we could barely see. We tried to see it, but it escaped theaters before we could get to it.
Yeah, but it's one of the big movies of the year because it is President Obama's top 20 list.
Oh, shit. I did not know that. Thanks.
Yeah. So the first movie we're going to talk about today is going to be Emily the Criminal, featuring Aubrey Plaza.
Scott Pilgrim!
What did you do with my sister?
So, what can I get you?
Is there anywhere you don't work?
They're called jobs, something a ball like you would know anything about. And by the way, I can't believe you asked Ramona out after I specifically told you not to do that.
How are you doing that with your mouth?
Never mind how I'm doing it. What do you have to say for yourself?
Can I get a caramel macchiato?
You know what? Maybe it's high time you took a look in the mirror before you wreak havoc on another girl.
Me? Wreak havoc?
And speaking of which, I hear the girl that kicked your heart in the ass is walking the streets of Toronto again.
So I can just get my coffee over here?
So that's from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. You hear Michael Cera baby voice in there talking to Aubrey Plaza. Man, my brother was dating this girl, and the girl was talking how she was so glad that Matt doesn't have a baby voice like Michael Cera.
That'd be so weird and creepy, dude. Yeah, Aubrey Plaza has been around for now, like straightforward for like what, a decade straight.
Parks
like
and
she's
Rec,
always
dude.
had stuff come out ever since Park and Rec. She's literally had something out like every 3 months.
And
I swear.
she's a legit actress too. We talked about Black Bear. You remember Black Bear, dude? Fucking A, was she good in that?
Oh yeah, Black Bear.
Yeah,
Black Bear was great. Also in this movie, Theo Roz.
I was in the club. I saw what happened. I know who did it.
Okay. We can protect you, but I need a name to verify. Who was it? Was it Stryker?
He goes by lawyer. You need me to spell it?
that's from Luke Cage, right?
Yeah, that's from Luke Cage. He also did Sons of Anarchy and stuff like that. So it's like kind of hard.
Yeah.
But I love that Shades character. The Shades character is such a badass.
So are you gonna have me say the next name? This.
Oh, damn straight. You're saying the next name.
It also stars Megalyn Ichukkunwoke.
Teddy, what is going on? Haven't we had enough surprises tonight?
Well, I promise you that this one will be worth it, okay?
Oh my God. What's all this?
Well, I will tell you what's going on. So, listen to this. Joe told me today that when he retires, he's leaving all of this to me.
Baby, that's amazing.
I mean, it's life-changing.
Yeah.
And maybe you could put your touch on this place, change the design, help take you to the next level.
I'm so proud of you. Yeah.
Maybe we
Yes.
expand,
Yeah.
franchise even.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Baby, we could do a lot with this place. First of all, we could change the logo. Barbecue Nation. Barbecue Safari. I mean, there's so many things we could do. Honestly, I have so many ideas.
And that's whatever. I mean, it seems like every Kevin Hart movie is like fucking the same. So that could have been the one of the last four he was in. I forget which one. Which one was that?
Hey.
Okay.
Um, man, I liked that movie. That was a good movie.
All right,
That's Night Class. Did
Okay,
you ever
I've
watch
never,
Night
I've,
Class?
I've never seen Night Class. Sorry,
Are you not a Kevin Hart fan?
I don't dislike Kevin Hart. I just
Okay. He does not play the same. He does not play the same short guy that always makes sarcastic remarks in every movie. He doesn't play that guy. I don't know what you're talking about, Chris.
at some point he freaks out. What's going on? I don't know what to do. Yeah, that's Kevin Hart.
I don't know what to do. All right, but anyway, Emily and the Criminal is the first movie that we'll be reviewing today, and also the second movie is like I guess the one that everybody's been talking about, I guess, the most in the movie community for the last year.
It's been divisive on the internet, but we'll talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, but like ever since this has premiered since what, April of 2022
at a
Films Critic. Yeah, like literally this has been one of the big movies of the year because it's supposed to be the comeback, which he never really went away. Everybody just like thinks he went away. Literally, Brendan Fraser has had
Fraser. We found out
Fraser.
Yeah,
Fraser.
It's hard to say.
Brendan. I know. Brendan Fraser has like literally one of the biggest careers in Hollywood ever, but everybody just thought he disappeared. But he didn't.
There was also he sort of went away. There's some sexual assault that went on. He had some other shit go on, and now like everyone's.
But Chris, he never went away. Go look at his IMDb. He has at least 2 or 3 things for every year.
Yeah. Well,
he just went and did some Hallmark stuff. He didn't go away. He's like, okay, what's something that's not stressful? Yeah. I'm not going to get really judged for. But anyway, The Whale is what we're talking about. Of course, featuring the one, the only
Brendan Fraser.
It's gosh, Kayla, there's something I gotta tell you.
What?
I was a geek in high school. I had really short hair. I played Dungeons and Dragons. I had a bug collection. I ate my boogers. My name's not Chaz. It's Chester. And I understand if you don't love me anymore.
I played D&D too!
Yeah!
I was editor of the school magazine! I used to wear corduroy pants!
I used to masturbate. Constantly.
Who is it, Chad? I want your body!
So I just forgot that Lemmy showed up in Airheads.
Yeah, and the thing is, you know what the funniest part about that is?
What's that?
It was literally, if you go to the beginning of that video clip I sent to you, that if you go to the beginning time, the first part before that speech is that joke. If God and Lemmy were in a fight, who would win? And the guy says, Lemmy is like, it's a trick question. Lemmy is God. And then like literally 5 minutes later, he's in the crowd
that's
saying,
funny.
I was the new magazine editor. I love that he shows up. Shady Sink is in this movie as well.
I just need to push him away, find a happy memory, and hide there. Hide in the light.
You got a memory in mind?
Yeah. It was a time when I was happiest.
Was I there?
It's presumptuous of you. But yeah. Yeah, you might have been there.
So that you guys mostly know Sadie Sink as Max from Stranger Things.
Oh, which is one of the favorite character besides the new villain of the new season. Let's just be honest. I mean, like literally, because of her, Kate Bush is now getting millions and millions of dollars from running up the hill.
I'm glad that Kate Bush is super stoked about that too.
I'm so dude. It's in Halloween. It's in Halloween playlist for the rest of eternity.
She's great
for the rest of eternity.
She's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So anyway, and Sadie Sink's really good. She's also in a couple other things that we'll talk about later. Ty Simpkins is in this film as well.
If I was building Iron Man and War Machine,
it's Iron Patriot now.
That's way cooler.
No, it's not.
Anyways, I would have added in the
retroreflective panels
to make him stealth mode.
You want a stealth mode?
Cool, right?
That's actually a good idea. Maybe I'll build one. Not a good idea. What are you doing? You gonna break his finger? He's in pain. He's been injured. Leave him alone.
Sorry.
Are you? Don't worry about it. I'll fix it. So, who's home?
Well, my mom already left for the diner, and Dad went to 7-Eleven to get scratchers. I guess he won because that was 6 years ago.
Yeah,
if I was building Iron Man and
sorry, that's from Iron Man 3. Is that the worst Iron Man or the second best?
To me, I don't really. I mean, Iron Man 1's the best.
Oh yeah,
of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Like great story, great how the coming of the character and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them are. I'm not upset with any of them. Yeah. I'm not that guy. Yeah. I like the stories because the stories they even told were parts from comic books. So I got to see stories from comic books be drawn into those movies, and so I was never like that guy that was like. I came out of Iron Man 3 or 2 or whatever and was like, that was so disappointing. I can't believe they did this. I was like, yeah, Mickey Rourke had whips. You know,
What about Ultron? Would you look at Ultron satisfied?
I was a fan of Ultron. I think it's the only way they could do it. And to be honest, the thing that sold me about the Age of Ultron was James Spader.
Yeah, it's just that I feel like that they brought this problem upon themselves in the movie. So I'm like, they fucked it up from the very beginning. It was all their shit. I'm like, come on.
It's all their fault. It's all their fault. Actually, it was if they followed it. Anyway, we'll talk about it another day. And Hong, gosh dang it.
Chow.
Chow. Thank you. Hong Chow.
Agent Blake. Detective Knight. Please come in. I'm Lady True.
Nice to meet you.
I'm sorry about the humidity. We have to get it just right for the plants. On her deathbed, my mother made me promise I would never leave Vietnam, so I found a loophole. Now Vietnam never leaves me.
Oh, small world. Detective Knight here is from Vietnam as well.
Really? What a coincidence.
From the Detective Knight trilogy, which I didn't know existed.
Yeah, the Watchmen show that came out for only one season is based right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay. So we watched it it was very well known. And it kind of shed light on the Black Massacre that happened here in the 1940s down in Greenwood.
Yeah.
And which wasn't really wildly known.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But now it is because of that show. But yeah, anyway, the movie we're talking about, and plus she was in The Menu recently, if you remember.
Oh yeah,
and she was
I remember The Menu.
And she was also in Downsizing, like American Woman. Like she has been in some really good. Actually, even does a voice of Pickles on BoJack Horseman for all the seasons.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, anyway, The Whale is the next movie that we'll talk about tonight. Chris, tell them where we can find us.
You can find us online, moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/moviesdon'tsuck podcast. We're on Twitter at MTS Podcast. We're on Instagram at MTS Podcast. You can Patreon account /moviesdon'tsuck. If you guys want to buy shirts with our logo on it, go to bonfire.com/moviesdon'tsuck. And some that do, you'll find shirts there. It's stuff Neil made. And watch us on YouTube, on Skype, watch us on Facebook, like that page. And if you're watching Twitch, you subscribe on Twitch, right? You can do that? I don't know. And then, if you guys want to send us an email, go ahead and email us at info@moviesdon'tsuck.net or moviesdon'tsuckpodcast@gmail.com.
Makes sense.
Yeah, who we talking about today, pal?
Oh, one of the businesses we're talking about. So one I actually started my day at yesterday, and why I'm slightly hungover today, and that is Roca. Roca is one of my favorite restaurants in the Tulsa area. It is bar and Asian flavors. It is one of the most beautiful inside bars you'll ever see in your entire life. Look at this. Bam. Look at that.
Oh man.
You actually get to sit there and chill in this environment and just like it seems very like pubby, even though it's like and it's an Asian food. I mean, we're talking like sushi, noodles, like and it's all fresh, dude. Like edamame, freaking seared ahi tuna. Like it's one of the best places to go eat. Now, they have actually their mission at Roku is to create an encore experience for the Tulsa through international fresh and delicious offerings on every plate, and all set in a cozy, comfortable atmosphere with superior service. Their menu is from scratch Asian dishes carefully crafted from Oklahoma bounty that come out freshly plated every single time. Their success depends on your satisfaction, and they aim to deliver the cleanness, freshness, and most approachable Asian cuisine in the Tulsa area. They are literally awesome. When you ever come to Tulsa, it's at 1616 South Utica Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74104. And Wednesday nights, you can find me there. I'm there every Wednesday night. It seems like for the last 3 Wednesday nights, but it is literally half their happy hours the whole day long. And believe me, it's worth the going.
Man, you showed me this food, and now I'm texting my wife to make me chicken lo mein on the way home.
Oh, dude, look at this. Edamame up here. Oh, we chowed on a lot of edamame. This sushi plate here, that black one there, that's one of them I ate. I mean, I can't remember everything I ate yesterday, but we just mowed it. It was amazing, and it only cost us like $50. We had like a couple drinks, and like we ordered literally the entire happy hour menu.
Well, I'm glad that you had it. I'm glad you had a good time. I on Tuesday, I looked at my finances after Christmas. I had, I got some money, right?
Like $3.
No, I had some money after Christmas, and so I went on to Sweetwater.com and I ordered a Gibson Les Paul Studio guitar. And
what?
Yeah, I cannot fucking wait. I'm so excited.
Did you just tell me you just bought yourself a Les Paul?
Well, no, okay. So they have the different versions. They have the standard, which is $2,400. I can't afford that.
Right.
But I did get the one that's $1,600. It's the Les Paul Studio, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. So I'll be here tomorrow.
That is insane, dude. You're just like, I bought a Les Paul.
Dude, you don't know how fucking excited I am for this, dude.
I mean, there's not a single guitar player I've ever met in my life that would be like, oh man, yeah, I got to play a Les Paul. Like, no, seriously, those things are amazing. That's like you saying you just went out and bought yourself a Lexus, or you went and bought yourself a Lamborghini.
It's probably it's probably the studio itself is probably the best. A lot of people say it's the best Les Paul you can get because it's no frills. It's all made. But last year I got myself a Fender Jaguar. This year I got myself a Gibson Les Paul, and maybe in 3 years later I'll be given the ES335 or something. But yeah,
it must be nice. It must be nice to be rich.
I'm not that rich.
You're so rich, dude. I work in radio, dude. I'm poor as hell. That's just the way it is anymore. If this was the 90s and I worked in radio, I'd definitely get definitely have like a lot more. Because that's in the days where you'd go to like a festival and you'd see like the 17-foot like gorilla with the radio station's number on it.
Now they're struggling because everyone's fucking online.
Yeah, and now they won't even like send money out to like have T-shirts on a table.
But we should get tickets a lot. We should get tickets though to a lot of shows that a lot of people can't get to. So
and the people I work with are really nice.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I mean, there's two things.
Isn't it crazy when you have a job where people are nice? It's fucking insane.
I know, man. It's so weird because I always had like an a-hole at like every job I ever worked at in my life.
Yeah,
like, there's always this one guy that I'm just like, dude, I don't know what your problem with me is. I don't get it. Is it because I'm free and independent, and I kind of say what's on my mind. Even though when I worked in business environments, I did really shut my mouth, which is very hard to believe.
Everyone I work with, I love. So it's been a good. It's been
yeah.
So but I don't talk about where I work though. But we should talk about
a movie
called Emily the Criminal, directed by John
Emily the Criminal,
directed by John Patton Ford, his directorial debut. This stars the amazing, the wonderful, the talented Aubrey Plaza as Emily.
Scott Pilgrim.
This also stars. Sorry, man. This also stars Theo Rossi as Yusef.
I was in the club.
Also, oh man, Megalyn Ichikunwoke as Liz.
Teddy, what is going on? Haven't we had enough surprises tonight?
And why don't you go ahead and read the storyline for this one, pal?
Is there one?
Yeah,
there it is. Okay, sorry about that. My pages are I was
same here, man. I think it's just
ready.
the MDB that's going slow. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. That's cool. It's not our fault. Haha. Anyway, Emily is saddled with student debt and locked out of the job market due to a minor criminal record. Just desperate for income, she takes a shady gig as a dummy shopper, buying goods with stolen credit cards supplied by a handsome and charismatic middleman named Yusuf. Faced with a series of dead-end job interviews, Emily soon finds herself seduced by the quick cash and ill-killed thrills of black market capitalism and increasing interest in her mentor. Together, they hatch a plan to bring the business to the next level in Los Angeles.
So when I saw watching this, I mean, it's what's an hour and 37 minutes.
Wait. There we go.
Oh yeah, you have the background.
Funny, we got to be in a department store trying to get some TVs. All right. Anyway,
so so when I was watching this, I was trying to. There's a style to it that I couldn't quite put together, but it reminds me a little bit of Softy Brother films like Uncut Gems or Good Times. Like it's hyper realism sort of filmmaking.
Right.
Yeah. I thought Aubrey Plaza was fucking amazing in this movie. She was incredible.
She just seemed like, I think I met this girl. Like not Aubrey Plaza herself, but I mean like the character she portrays in this. I think I met this girl like several times in my life.
Yeah.
Where girl just be like, do a bunch of criminal crimes and then just take off for a little bit. And then I see them like 8 years later and I was like, what happened to you? And they're like, got some money left.
So this movie is also, it's sort of like a social commentary on student loan debt and how it preys on people who are desperate and it brings in the crime and all that sort of thing going on. I liked the movie for the most part, but I have a hard time fully committing myself to it.
No, see, both of these both these movies that we watched today had a criteria on government or over costs and debt. Like the next one we're going to do is healthcare.
Yeah.
But this one is about student loan.
Mm-hmm.
And satire, which by any means, that's 100%. I mean, did you go to college?
No.
Yes, my wife did.
Yeah. Yeah.
She went to several of them.
Yeah. I know what.
So, like the payments for that is like intensely insane.
I have a friend who's $70,000 in debt from college. It's ridiculous.
Way more.
Yeah,
More.
Yeah.
Way more. And so like, so it's insane. So by any means, I can see why the stress of all that is.
Mm-hmm.
And then and also we in society, schools or whatever, don't give young teenagers and 20-somethings and stuff like that, like the education and finance.
Right.
And we should, I mean, there should be there should be a class in high school that should be taught like normal everyday finance.
Yeah, because we're not taught that. Because they're leaving on the parents to do that, and luckily I married someone who his dad was all about getting the finance, so whatever. But no, man, like it's fucked up. Would you consider this a thriller?
Yeah, I mean, because there's a lot of parts in the movie where you're like, you don't know what's going to happen next.
It's a crime movie. It's about crime.
It gets scary. Like you don't know if people are going to die, if they're not going to die, if you know someone's going to get caught. So yeah, I would 100% call this a thriller. I can see why this made President. Here we go. Boom. Fact. President Obama's listed Emily the Criminal on his top picks for 2022. He listed 17 movies, and the 2 movies we're talking about today is on it.
Oh, really? The Whale's on there
Yeah.
too. You got to see the Whale.
Of course, the Whale's on it. I mean, the guy's an intelligent man that likes art. You know, like.
And so this movie is art, 100%. It's gritty. It's understated, but again, it's also there. It says a lot in a 97 minutes it's on screen, and I recommend this highly.
Yeah, because Aubrey Plaza and also Theo too,
so good.
Then when they bounce off each other,
their chemistry was spot on.
Like they both got exactly what their parts were in the movie. Even the other people that Aubrey bounced off of throughout the film.
Yeah, like Megalyn.
Like the father with the kid that she had several scenes with throughout the movie. Great workmanship there. Javier, that was played by Bernardo. Their cat and mouse kind of game they had going on was really cool. Aubrey should at least get nominated.
For
this movie.
Okay, I can see
I
her.
think she should get nominated. I win, maybe not. I think there's a couple other performances out this year. that kind of knocked out of the
just
park.
so you guys know, next week is actually our top of 2022 next week. So we'll
yes, and we're gonna have Mark from
broadcasting, like
Mark Lodstick. Lodstick is it Lodstick?
Radley.
Why didn't we look this up before we?
Radley.
Yeah, why didn't we look this up before?
Sorry, Mark. We'll see next week though.
we'll advertise the heck out of you all week. Don't worry. Anyway, so we man, I just liked the character play in this movie a lot. I really do. I thought it was dark, it was gritty. It kind of reminded me I think kind of the ghetto I grew up in. I think that's why. kind of reminded me of some people and situations I knew back then.
Yeah. But yeah, this is Emily the Criminal. You guys, it's on Netflix. That's where it's at now, right?
Correct.
Okay, so if you guys want to watch this, I recommend it. You have worse ways to spend the evening with Aubrey Plaza being a badass bitch. You good, dude?
I forgot my notebook.
Okay, go get it.
I gotta go get it real quick.
All right, I'm just shaking my dick at the camera. So well, you kicked off YouTube. Sorry, guys. But Neil's gonna go his notebook and we're gonna quotes, and then we'll get to the next we'll get to the news segment. But
you're a news segment.
You want to hear something crazy? My wife, she read my mind on Asian food, and she already ordered sushi. So
nice. Yeah, you gotta love it when you're on the same level.
I know. You gotta love it when you're running from the devil.
Running from the devil. All right, a few quotes from this movie. Well, fuck this. I don't want the job anyway. I usually don't work downtown at night. You're not going back to Jersey. Fuck that. Every person in here will make $1,200 cash, but you'll be doing something illegal. Do you have a union shop, Stuart? No? If not, go back to work. That's the thing. That's the thing, too. Like, we totally got rid of unions.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
And that's why nobody's getting paid any money anymore.
Yeah, I've been listening to old union songs from the 30s and 40s, like on the end of the day. Yeah, like Pete Seeger and Bob Dylan tunes.
I got some great stories about when I was a kid and I had to help sabotage people with some union people. It was really cool.
You should probably do that off the air. So.
Yeah. I like your office. It's very feng shui. You might know where I live, but now I know where you live, bitch.
God, such a badass scene that was.
I realize some of these are giving away stuff, you know. He cannot drink. He cannot drink at all. He takes tiny little shit sips. I like her. She has bigger balls than you do. What I don't understand is how you feel so comfortable asking someone to not get paid.
Right?
Exactly. You're a very bad influence on me. My problem was I never really scared him, or he wouldn't have called the police on me. You work down to the bone. That's not right, my grandmother said.
Is that it?
And that's it.
My score on this is a 3.9, man. It was good. Really, without Aubrey Plaza's performance, it wouldn't be anything like remarkable, but it's a pretty good movie, man. I enjoyed it quite a bit. But
yeah, I mean, being John Patton Ford's first length movie come out.
Yeah, definitely to watch director to watch in the future. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was good. Again, though, 100% the reason this movie works is because I don't think Aubrey Plaza ever does a bad thing ever.
No,
and
it's impossible for her to do.
I mean, if she does, it was probably bad writing more than her. Because like literally, anytime she's allowed to do whatever she wants to do in the movie,
it works.
She just kills it.
Yeah,
and she does not like. And this is the backlash I saw while looking
on this movie.
Information.
There's backlash on this movie. I didn't know that.
Yeah. A little bit on her.
Okay.
They always say that she plays the same kind of character, but
I don't, not at all. Not at all, dude.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Like I've seen her be comedic and fruitful to suicidal, depressing, you know, to a smart ass. Like she has range.
Yeah.
She has really a love interest. Hell, sex craved chasing grandpa. You know. Like,
Do you remember Mike and Dave Need a Wedding Date? Is that what it was called when she was in that?
What was that?
Mike and Dave Need a Wedding Date? Wasn't she in that?
Oh, she was in that one as well.
She's funny in that.
I was talking about Dirty Grandpa. Dirty Grandpa is the one I was, and then, like even that. I don't know. I think she's a good actress. I can't. She'll get nominated.
What's your score in this?
I'm going to give it a 4. I think her performance deserves it. Okay. She just like literally knocked it out of the park. Everybody was really good. Like I really loved the scenes. I mean, it needs a little bit more. I think a little more surprise.
It was a little. It was a little movie.
Or,
it's a little cute little thriller.
Yeah, and I mean they literally filmed it like in 12 days. I mean,
imagine the work that man.
20 days. 20 days.
Yeah. I'm on RottenTomatoes.com right now. What is the audience score for Emily the Criminal?
97.
79%. There's a audience.
Really?
Yeah, there's an audience says on this. Emily the Criminal gets pretty dark and the characters can be unlikable, but Aubrey Plaza is fantastic in the title role. Now, what is the critic score for Emily the Criminal on RottenTomatoes.com?
81.
94%.
94%. Yeah. Wow. They really love this movie.
Critics' consensus is a taut thriller that contains a wealth of social commentary, and when the criminal is stolen by Aubrey Plaza's terrific work in the title role. Yeah, everyone says she's great. She is great. So Emily the Criminal on Netflix now. You guys can go watch it.
I mean,
yeah.
And you're going to see just more of her in the future because she's she owns her own production company now.
Yeah.
She's making movies as much as she's in movies. She's helping writing. She's helping like she's gone from that cute little that cute young lady from Shawnee, Indiana, to now
Pawnee,
like,
Indiana.
I'm sorry. Shawnee's an actual.
Yeah, that's right.
Indiana.
Yeah,
so man.
Yeah, you guys can
go see this. This is a good movie. It's on Netflix right now. It's definitely worth the watch, and it's only like an hour and a half. So if you don't like it, you only waste an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's true. Right. You got some news ready for us?
Yeah, let's do some news. This is the movies that don't suck and some of the news. I have to give Chris information because his Alzheimer's is kicking in and he doesn't know what he read this week.
Dude, I was like, so I saw the whale on Tuesday, and last night I thought I saw it last night, because last night I couldn't fucking remember what I did at all.
Oh,
I was like, what the fuck's wrong with me? Like I couldn't. I was scared.
I can't figure out what I did. What's going on?
It did come to me, though, so it did come to me. I understand why, but it was scary. It was scary shit, man.
Now you got to remember, this past week was Christmas week, so some of these news stories I just pulled them so we could do something.
That's fine.
So just go with that. The first one off the back, though, is Steven Spielberg has gone public by saying Martin Scorsese's best movie ever, in his opinion, from Steven Spielberg, is Goodfellas.
Goodfellas is pretty good, man. It's got to be that's his best movie, right? You would think so?
Man, it's the one that's not 5 hours long.
It's not the Irishman, yeah. Yeah, it's not the Irishman. Yeah. I think
what's all of
how was Irishman? Was that 4 hours long?
Because that's the biggest problem is like 4.5. Wasn't that how long?
It was really fucking long. It was longer than
Irishman was.
Yeah, it was longer than Avatar, I think, because I know I broke it up into 3 hours 29 minutes, so just slightly longer than Avatar.
And then all his other movies, The Departure,
The Departed is so good.
Street.
The Departed is really good, man. Departed.
I actually just rewatched that in the background today.
Casino, dude. Casino is so good. Yeah.
Oh, still good. So which one do you think? Do you think Goodfellas is the best one?
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, I really like The Wolf of Wall Street. I like The Departed. I call it that because that's how they say it in the movie. That's how the accent. But I like The Departed quite a bit. But yeah, Goodfellas is definitely is the most iconic movie, I would think. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a Taxi Driver, though.
God, Gangs in New York.
You talking to me? You talking to me? What? I'm the only one standing here. Oh, no. Because sometimes I hate Taxi Driver because then it reminds me that because of Taxi Driver, John Lennon got killed.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, all right. So moving on. Ryan Johnson says Dave Bautista is the best wrestler turned action star ever.
Real quick. Taxi Driver, how was he killed out of John? Are you talking about? You're talking about John F. Jr. who tried to shoot the president? Reagan was shot because of it. I don't think that Taxi Driver.
No, it was Lennon.
John F. Jr. tried to shot the president. Reagan.
I thought he tried to kill Lennon. Who killed? Didn't the guy that killed Lennon was doing it to try to get Jodie Foster?
No, that's John F. Jr. who did that for Reagan. He shot Reagan.
Man, I guess I need to listen to more murder podcasts.
Yeah.
My wife.
John Hinckley Jr. shot the president to impress Jodie Foster from Texas.
Who cares about that guy? Who shot Lennon?
Not John Hinckley Jr. Someone else.
Okay, you say that guy's fucking name one more time, I'm gonna come through the screen and smack you. Who's the guy that shot Lennon?
I forget his name, but it wasn't for Jodie Foster.
Really? I thought that was the one. Oh, well, whatever.
Okay.
That happens. Anyway. So, Dave Bautista is the best wrestler turned action star in the name of Ryan Johnson.
You think so?
He says, when I was writing his character, men's rights streamer named Duke Cody, I was picturing a scrawny dude who's trying to overcompensate. But when Batista was brought up, I was instantly so smitten by the idea. I've been a big fan of his, and his dramatic chops have gotten increasingly well over the movies he's done in the few past years.
Dude, I can't wait for Knock at the Cabin. Dude, I can't wait.
I know!
I'm so
I met Batista one time. He's a really good guy. So, I mean, he does take more serious roles.
Yeah.
He does take more serious roles. Even though he does Drax, he takes other serious roles in drama and stuff like that, and in crazy movies like Hotel Artemis for one.
Oh, dude, yeah. Man, he was
where he's the nurse.
Yeah, I remember. I feel like if I would shake Dave Bautista's hand, my whole body would shake with it when he shook my hand. Like I'd be like, that's how I feel like it. But yeah, man, Dave Bautista is the shit. I like him a lot.
Yeah. Glass Onion became Netflix's sixth biggest film debut of all time.
And it's so fucking good.
So they are number 6 in that whole. Oh, dude, I know, right? And I don't know where this news story is, but I'll go ahead and tell you this one too with it. If you go to glassonion.com or go on Netflix, you can click on Netflix, like on your computer and not on, well, even on your TV, but on your computer is better.
Yeah.
You go to Netflix and they have a 3D model of the glass onion that you can explore.
Oh, that's cool.
Through. Yeah, and you can click on. I did it earlier today. I went through the whole thing. Like you can explore the entire island and go to see where bits were, and it has little pieces of footage of who designed that, or like the table, the desk and chairs. It tells you who designed it and where they came up with that idea. And then it goes into the art gallery. It goes to the island. It shows different set. It's really cool, and it gives you different information about the movie. You know, it's really cool. It's a fun interactive thing. You know, remember back in the day when we had these things called DVDs?
Yeah, that was cool.
And we had extras like that.
Yeah. But I want to mention, by the way,
Avatar.
The guy you're thinking of, Mark David Chapman. That's the guy shot with it.
Mark David Chapman.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he just did because.
And what did he do?
He just did it because.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Avatar made $1 billion.
Really? They're already?
In 12 days.
Fuck. All right.
12 days.
So it made its money back.
$1 billion.
Made its money back. Finally, to break even. I mean, that's crazy, man.
Yeah. So he's gonna be able to make all the avatars. So next will be Avatar in the ground. Then what we got? Avatar
Underground,
in the desert. Then we'll do like Avatar in the trees.
I mean, I did like
the first one was flying.
To be said, to be fair, both you and I had a good time watching Avatar too. It was a fun movie.
No, it's a beautiful movie. See it in theater. If you see it at home, you wasted your life.
Yeah, you didn't see the same movie we did.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. You didn't see the same movie.
Yeah.
It's like saying the first time you played Mario Brothers, it was on your phone. You know, like,
but
you didn't have the same experience.
So the problem, also the problem with Avatar though, is that you can't enjoy it as home as you would in the theater. Like that's the downfall of it to me. Like honestly, like I don't know, whatever. Movies in theaters are great.
Your favorite movie is finally releasing a clip in 1.5 months from today.
Debbie Does Dallas?
Get a clip.
Has it?
Huh?
Debbie Does Dallas?
No. Fast 10.
Oh, there. Okay. Well,
Fast and the Furious 10, bro. Final one.
We gotta see it. I mean, I remember when the last one came out, I spent 3 days watching nothing but Fast and Furious movies. So we'll see Fast 10. We'll do it.
So Babylon. So this past week, Christmas box office, by the way, Christmas is if you guys don't know, though, is literally the biggest day in cinema.
Yeah.
The whole year.
Yeah.
Babylon bombed bad.
I'm seeing it on New Year's Day, actually.
Yeah. It's $3.5 million is all it ended up with. For an $80 to $100 million movie.
I know it's filled with like people who are stars, but no one wanted to see it, and partially
nobody went and seen it.
It's 3 hours.
You know why?
It's 3 hours 9 minutes long. Is that why?
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Because everybody went and seen Avatar. The entire world went and seen. 56 million is what they brought in on that day. The next one below them is Violent Night.
Yeah.
Number 3, The Menu.
That's great to hear because the Menu, like, it's 6 rounds. I like the Menu quite.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. I am seeing Babylon New Year's Day, by the way.
We're gonna probably watch in the next 2 weeks. I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Oh, we're gonna see that. Okay.
Dude, it's a music biopic. How can we not go see a music biopic?
That's right. That's our shit. Yeah.
Like we're music guys. Sad news. The director of one of the first ever found footage movies of all time, Cannibal Holocaust, Rogeri Deodato, passed away at the age of 83.
You hate some.
If you guys don't, Cannibal Holocaust is one of the most goriest movies, to the point where he actually got arrested because they thought he actually killed people.
The part I don't like is they actually kill animals in it, and that makes me sad.
But the thing is, if you know that's actually like the animal killing wasn't like loosely, it was actually part of that.
It was part
culture,
of that.
and they actually used everything. It's like when you kill a cow. I mean, it sucks. The turtles are older and more, you know what it is. But yeah, he passed away. Cannibal Holocaust. Literally, if you want the biggest gore fest that's going to disturb you and give you nightmares, freaking go watch that tomorrow.
It's like a mockumentary type thing. So
UFC's Angela Hill is taking meeting with Barack Obama over the alien abduction movie that he's going to be making for Netflix.
Wait. Barack Obama's making an alien abduction movie, or the other guy?
Yeah, him and Michelle. We talked about this last year. Him and Michelle made a production team, company that they started making films for Netflix.
Okay,
and awesome. Yeah, go for them. I mean, they're both creative people, so I could see how that could go well. But I mean, I can't wait to see an alien abduction movie sponsored by Barack Obama. Like, I can't. What am I saying? Is that a word? Is that a sentence? Is that real?
Is that to forfeit his security clearance to make this movie?
I have no idea.
That's cool though.
I don't know. The Hills. So it's about the Hill abduction.
Oh yeah, I know all about
story.
Has that's a really cool story.
Yeah. Various TV shows with the couple speaking about what happened in various interviews over the years, according to the couple, and the odd-shaped spacecrafts that approached them from the sky.
Yeah, if you find that Wikipedia, you go find podcasts about it. You find the Wikipedia page about it. It is fucking wild. But
nice. Yeah. Patrick Wilson and Jason Blum are really excited. Patrick Wilson's going to be doing the directorial debut with Insidious: Fear the Dark. So it's like part 5 now.
Patrick Wilson's going to direct Insidious? Okay. All right.
Yes.
I like Patrick Wilson.
So I guess we'll have to see that.
By the way, I told you.
Who doesn't like Patrick Wilson?
To me, if you look at white person in the dictionary, it's a picture of Patrick Wilson.
Him and Tim Allen, right next to each other. Iron Man is the first. Talking about Iron Man that we talked about earlier. Iron Man is the first MCU film to be inducted into the Library of Congress.
That's good. It's a cultural touchstone, that Iron Man. So yeah, bring it on.
I feel like if you're gonna do any of them, I feel like Iron Man and Endgame and Infinity War are at least the 3 you have to have it.
Probably,
because it's
right?
the beginning of the MCU, and those 2 are like historically. I mean, come on, they're number 1 and 2 on the top movie list.
Yeah, they're good. They're really good. They are, it's something like everyone saw. You know what I mean? So.
James Cameron made an announcement earlier this week that sorry, but the other Avatar movies might take a little bit longer than we thought. Because they're already done filming part 3.
Yeah. Okay. So, but
they're already done with that. His quote was, "They exist. The stories exist. We know exactly what we're doing now. We know what these movies are going to be. We just have to go through the process of getting them done." So, ideally 2 years from now, Avatar 3 comes out. Ideally, maybe 3 after that 4 comes out. And ideally, maybe a couple years later after that 5 will come out. So we won't be away from the marketplace, so we'll have the sense of worlds. I already mourn all the movies I'm not going to make now because I'm going to stick with the Avatar story. I mean,
all right, man.
I'll go on your journey, bro. When a director says I'm going to mourn the movies I'm going to miss making because I'm making Avatar.
He's 68, so he needs to get on that shit pretty quick. I mean, he doesn't have that much time left. But yeah, I'll watch Avatar 3, no problem. Right?
Oh, dude, no, right? So the pale white blue, the pale blue eye, which is coming out next week. Christian Bale and Harry Melling. The guy, the director, before casting Harry Melling, didn't even know who he was.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. And it's like, he was in Harry Potter, dude.
Yeah. He was
all of them.
He's been all of them. Yeah. I remember he was a good.
That's kind of funny.
He was a good villain in the Old Gods, the old one. What's the one with the Old Gods? What's the one with Charlize Theron, which she plays God? Came out a couple years ago. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Who plays God? What?
Someone plays like a superhero. Is Charlize Theron?
Charlize Theron when she plays a superhero.
Yeah. Or like a eternal being. I'm looking this up. Go ahead. But yeah, Darren Milling. I'll let you know what I'm talking about.
Anyway, the Wicked Witch's hourglass from The Wizard of Oz just sold for $495,000.
Wow.
Right?
By the way, some of the Old Guard.
Oh, the Old Guard.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But that's a lot of money to spend on something.
And James Cameron took 10 minutes out of gun violence from Avatar so he could not promote gun violence less.
That's cool, right? I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that story. Zachary Levi has come out and said, hey, dudes, give them some time. They're working on it. Talking about James Gunn and Peter Safran. He's friends with all them. So therefore, he's just like, hey, look, dude, they are literally writing 10 years. They are writing 10 years.
Hopefully, you may have said it as like, I still want to do Shazam 3. Like he's like that.
Also, I think we're going to finish this out on a good note. Marvel teases Stan Lee documentary to come out on Disney Plus in 2023. The announcement video was shared on what would have been the legendary comic book writer, editor, and publisher's 100th birthday.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of
So this is I'm going to say this, and I don't want anybody who's a nerd to get mad at me when I say any of this. Stanley was a nice guy at the end. He very much was. But he screwed over a lot of people in the early days. And are they going to tell that story?
We'll see.
I mean, he didn't really Bill Finger anybody, but he kind of Bill Fingered, do you know what Bill Finger is?
Tell me what Bill Finger is.
Okay. Do you know who Bob Kane is?
Yeah. He made Batman, right?
Great. Do you know who Bill Finger is?
Did he? Wait, no, I don't actually.
Bill Finger's the guy who actually created Batman.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a story, but whatever. Bob Kane took over and became the mouthpiece, and Bill Finger kind of was like, okay, I'll be in the background. I don't want to talk to people and shit like that. And instead, Bob Kane got the rights to Batman, and Bill Finger's name didn't even pop up on a single Batman thing ever until Batman versus Superman.
Oh, wow. Wait, that movie? Batman versus Superman? Yeah. Wow.
Yes. It was the first time Bill Finger's name. I think it's Batman versus Superman. I could be wrong. It could have been the one right before that. But I don't think it was Christopher Nolan. I don't think it was Nolan put it on. I think it was someone else. But anyway, yeah. So Jack Kirby got kind of done by Stan Lee.
Yeah.
That because Stan Lee would be like, hey, I need a Spider-Man. Can you give me a Spider-Man? And then Jack Kirby would be like, yeah, here's your Spider-Man. And he goes, yeah. Do you know what a Fantastic Four would look like? And then Jack Kirby would draw the Fantastic Four and hand him. Do you know what a God of Thunder Thor would look like? Jack Kirby would be like, yes. And the Incredible Hulk, Captain America. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. And so, Are they going to talk about that? Because literally Jack Kirby left Marvel
because Stanley took all the credit
and went to DC and created Darkseid and all those villains and a whole different universe over there.
Wow. Fucking A.
Yeah, so are they going to talk about that? That's what I want to know.
Because I'm afraid they might just suck his dick the whole documentary.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But anyway.
You okay, dude? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Just
oh yeah, so,
yeah. That's the news. That is the news. Chris is now more informed. He can go back and tell everybody all the wonderful information if he doesn't forget it 10 minutes from now.
Dude, I forgot what happened yesterday. I'm not. I don't have my confidence. You could probably tomorrow next week we can do the whole news. And when we were fucking thinking, like, oh yeah, really? I'll be like that the whole time. But all right. But we're talking about The Whale, directed by Darren Aronofsky. He did direct things like Requiem for a Dream, Pi, The Fountain, The Wrestler. One of my favorites, The Wrestler, and Mother from so Mother from a couple years ago. Did we talk about that on the show? Mother?
What was it?
Did we talk about Mother on the show?
I don't know if we talked about Mother on the show.
But I do that movie fucked me up big time. I remember leaving the theater. I'm like, what did I fucking watch? But it was not The Whale.
Yeah, you know what? I think we did talk about it, to be honest. I'd have to look it up, but I think we did talk about it. Because, I remember seeing it in the theater, too.
Yeah, but anyway, this is written by Samuel D. Hunter. He also wrote the play. This stars Brendan Fraser as Charlie.
It's, Gosh, Kayla, there's something I gotta tell you.
What?
I was a geek in high school.
Also stars Hong Chow as Liz.
Agent Blake.
Detective Knight, please come in.
This also stars Sadie Sink as Ellie.
I just need to push him away, find a happy memory, and hide there.
And Ty Simpkins as Thomas.
If I was building Iron Man and War Machine,
It's Iron Patriot now.
that's way cooler.
No, it's not.
This also stars Samantha Morton as Mary, Satya Sidron as Dan the Pizza Man, and JC Sink as Young Ellie. That's everyone in the movie. What's your storyline for this one?
I don't know if I can, man. It's a little difficult. This one's a difficult one.
Yeah,
this is a difficult read.
Okay,
All right. All right. La 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 la.
It's all to read. Yeah.
All right. A reclusive English teacher attempts to reconnect with his estranged teenage daughter.
Good job, dude.
That whole one sentence, man.
So this movie's been talked about for fucking ever since it came out at the Venice Film Festival. This is supposed to be Brendan Fraser's comeback to the limelight for everyone. Like, the internet's been wanting to see Brendan Fraser back, and this is his first foray back. And holy shit,
dude! I mean, again, I had this thing earlier. He just kind of did not do mainstream. Yeah. But I mean, he's been doing Doom Patrol for like the last 5 years.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
And to be honest, okay, as much as I love the comic book stuff, those like R-rated TV shows that DC makes in their hit that they made on their streaming network, and now it's on HBO Max. Yeah. But like nobody saw them. I don't know why. Yeah. Doom Patrol is probably one of the best fucking superhero things I ever seen ever. It is like Twilight Zone meets stuff, and Brandon Fraser is a big part of that, playing Robot Man. Even though he does voice a lot, but he does do a lot of back scenes where he is human.
Well, the thing about Brendan Fraser is that he, like you said, like he just stepped back from the huge movies he was doing. Like everyone fucking loved the Mummy movies. And then he disappeared from like the roles he's used to doing. He went back, he did a bunch of voice roles, a lot of television he did. Mm-hmm. And so, but it's good to see him back in the main role, and to do a role like this, he's gonna win an Oscar for this movie.
Yeah, if he does not win for this, I have no hope in society. Like literally, I don't know what performance I can think of besides Nicolas Cage playing Nicolas Cage that could top this for the year. Like, there's like, okay, to be honest, there's probably like 4 or 5 movies. Not like, I mean, I'm gonna have to add this in. Like, I watched this, and now I got to figure out how to add this into the movies that I'm already fighting over.
I was
in my head for next week's pot for the list.
Yeah, I haven't made the list actually to make it tonight. After the podcast, I'm gonna go sit down and finally, because I've been kind of dreading, because every year I'm like, God, that could have made it on the top 10. But we're doing this year 10 movies, 5 honorable mentions, and then 5 worst movies we've seen this year. Which I got my number 1 on that one already. But yeah, it's this movie right here. It's I cried like 4 times this whole thing, which is a lot for me. I mean, the guy next to the seat to me, I was like, well, I was in the corner just like,
yeah. Don't look at my raw emotions as a man.
Yeah, basically, I was over here like crying, but I was ugly crying. I was like that sort of thing, like
right,
this, like that.
Yeah. So, not knowing exactly, because I didn't dig deep on information on this movie.
Yeah.
You know, I kept seeing stuff over the year because I do the news segment and it pops up all the time, and I'm like, I don't want to talk too much about this movie because I know sooner or later it's going to be watched. I want to see it, and I don't want to be too ruined by it. I knew Brandon Fraser played a fat guy.
Yeah,
that's all I knew. I didn't really. I went in very, very raw on
so
this.
are we going to talk a little bit about the controversy surrounding it?
Yeah, here in a little bit. But can I finish my sentence?
Sorry, pal.
You bastard!
I'm muting myself.
I'm
muting myself. Go for it.
I was, I was going on a train of thought. But anyway, so I didn't know that this wonderful director was the one who directed it. And I seriously described this movie to someone the other day, or I think it was last night, actually, where I said it was like Requiem for a Dream, where it was a great movie. It was amazing. The writing, the story was emotional, and it hits you right in the same spot. But I never want to see the movie again.
Yeah. And you knew, I mean, Darren Aronofsky, man, he made his movies. They're interesting because there's some movies like this, like Requiem, like The Wrestler. We have these people sort of battling an illness, like Requiem addiction with The Wrestler, personality disorder, and
Mother, she's insanity. I mean, I guess would be the best, right? Yeah. Insanity,
dude, Mother. But I'm kind of.
I mean, Pie. I mean,
but he does these movies where they sort of maybe redemption. I don't know. Like it's kind of hard to.
Swan. I mean, Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Some of these movies are literally that he does. It's hard to go rewatch.
Yeah,
and it's nothing about him being a director.
He's
it's like
amazing.
The subject matters. Just he makes it so real
and visceral.
He makes it so real, even when it's fantasy, like Black Swan or Mother, and how those movies go into fantasy. It's still so surreal that you're just like, fuck, dude, I feel for these humans.
So
like,
I got home from the movie, right, and my wife asked how was I. I go, devastating. This movie's heartbreaking.
Yeah. I had a headache.
Yeah. It's.
I came home and had to lay down.
Yeah, it's a devastating movie. It's and the acting. It's incredible. It's just, it doesn't make you feel that good. like it's,
no. It's okay. The acting in this movie, Brandon Fraser, great. Sadie Sink. We haven't even talked about her yet.
Yes, she's so
she
good.
played her part like snotty brat. I can't,
complete bitch,
rebellious teenager, complete bitch. I don't know what you want to say about that. Ty Simpkins, he played his part really well. Which I don't even want to mention exactly, but he's just a character that shows up. Now, this is based off of a play, which is why the whole movie takes part in just literally only. You realize the whole movie takes part in only 2 places.
Yeah. his apartment.
If it wasn't for that first scene, then the whole movie takes place literally in Charlie's apartment
in Idaho. Yep. And
yeah.
And so the thing is, man, it's also since it's a small cast, it's kind of a COVID movie in the way that they were able to do it. Just have this simple sort of one place where this can be done.
Mm-hmm.
I do mention that the screenwriter also was the guy who did the play. He adapted the play into a screenplay.
Yeah.
So we should mention that. But the acting in this movie, man, I can't get over how fucking real and good it was. You know, like
it's not just the acting too, the prosthetics on him, on Charlie, to make Brendan Fraser look
a 600-pound man.
Yeah, like a 600-pound man, and not look fake. Because if he looks fake, if he does not look realistic, it'll take you right out of that. It will not allow you to be.
Yeah. I do know Brendan actually worked with an obesity action committee for the movie, a coalition, to make sure that he was doing a good job and not, he didn't want to like offend anything, you know, but he wanted to make sure he was doing justice, sort of like he wanted to make sure that he wasn't hurting anyone, you know, when doing it.
Yeah.
And
not only that, like in interviews, Fraser has very much, Brendan has literally said that by wearing that suit and that prosthetics that he had to wear for it, he goes, the amount of not only physical strength he had to use, but mental strength to actually get up, to actually do something that he needed to do was just exhausting. And he was just like, so he now gets why anybody of that size.
He says that, but you know, I've not lived in the skin, so I can't exactly, you know, I can't imagine what they've gone through. So this movie itself it's beautifully shot, but it's also hard to watch, you know. At points I remember I did all of this, like but I was trying more so. Like I was trying to cover my face, I was crying, but man, I like how the information about Charlie is slowly released throughout the movie. You sort of understand him more.
Yeah.
Each scene you sort of get what's going on with him and his past, because that's really
and they even kind of. Yeah, they even kind of throw you kind of curves in there where they're like, this is what you think happened. Mm-hmm. And then like later you get more information and it's like, oh, no. Yeah. Okay, that's not what happened to him. This is what actually happened. Yeah. Like you get it's like an onion. It has layers.
And so this movie is really more about like it's more about like grief and loss more than anything. Like you don't like. To me, it's about all those things, and Charlie's condition is just a symptom of his what he went through in life. Yeah,
his loss. Yeah,
yeah. And so, like, there is some criticism out there about calling it fatphobic and all that stuff, and I'm not, you know, I don't think I'm in a position to speak about it.
A lot of my family are larger people. Yeah. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like my grandfather was a huge man. My grandmother, I have aunts, uncles that I grew up with that are huge individuals and stuff like that. And I don't think it was poking fun at anybody. No. It wasn't making it funny. No. It wasn't like going, hey, this is, you know, look at Fatso over here. Yeah. No, it's not what it did. Yeah. It was like saying, this is how this character, this guy, Charlie, this is what created what he is.
Yeah.
It wasn't him being just a large male. It was also about him killing himself is the best way to say it.
Yeah.
He's killing himself on purpose.
Yeah.
And It's literally that is the struggle you see throughout this movie. I mean, the description of him trying to get back to his estranged daughter, I think that's like the worst description for this movie I've ever
But
heard.
it's part of it. It's like a big part of the movie.
It's part of it, but it's like literally. I mean, and yeah, it's a big part of the story, but it's literally the relationship he has with the few individuals he does have some kind of relationship.
Yeah,
with.
so it's a heartbreaking movie, and it is affecting me big time. I hadn't started thinking about it, like it stuck with me. It's better than Mother for sure.
I mean, I would tell everybody to watch this, but I will not watch it with them.
Yeah, it's like I saw this movie. But yeah, it's one of the bigger movies this year.
Great movie. You have a good time. Get the Kleenex.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna watch something and play video games. So yeah.
I'll go home and play Gotham Knights. You just leave me alone there.
All right. So guys, The Whale. Brendan Fraser is a god among men. I can't wait to see his next movies. I'll watch anything he's in.
Dude, seriously, he's going to like win every award for this movie until the end. I mean, it is just what it is. Let's get a couple quotes and then we'll give our scores and we'll get on out of here.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. The more you rework these essays, the better. Am I at the right page? Yes, I am. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure.
You're gonna start reading stuff from In with a Criminal.
Yeah. I share the message of love from Christ. I thought I was dying, and I wanted to hear it one last time. I'm going to stick you with a knife. Well, what would that do with my internal organs? Are at least 2 feet in.
Yeah.
Thinks his life is will be better. Oh, well, never mind. Doo-doo-doo. Only, man, I wrote down some. Okay, I wrote down some
key pop quotes,
some spoilers. Yeah, okay, sorry about that. She's just a teenager. Everyone's insane as a teenager.
Tell me about it.
Oh, she's happy. She's happy when she drinks. I'm not attracted to you. You're a fetus. I thought you would get over that religious stuff, but no, it was a cancer. You taught me something important. People are assholes. I was smoking every day, man. I had a problem. No, you were just a stoner and you had a hobby. That's you, Chris, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I thought it was. I need to know I did one good thing with my life. I'm tired. I'm sick of people telling me I have promise.
Tell me about it.
I am just another one that was trying to save us from my own sad story. And that's it. Because a lot of them had spoilers, and I had to go right over that shit.
I mean, what's your score in this one?
4.5. I mean, it's like one of the shit, maybe even higher. I don't know. Just fucking. This is like it. Just. I just watched it yesterday. I think I almost need like a week to freaking maintain where this is at in my brain, because it is a lot to go through to witness an individual on this journey in this movie. It fucks with you. So I don't know. 4.6. I'll give 4.6 for the time being. Might be higher at some point.
I'm a 4.4. But I'm still processing it. It could change by the time next week rolls around.
Yeah.
Because that honestly, by the end of the year, that's when we're able to honestly appraise everything. Because I'm sure that the movies that end up on our top 10 may not have that high of a score at first, but they stuck with us. It changes. But mine's a 4.4 on this one. So it's devastating. Brendan Fraser is incredible in this fucking movie, and Darren Aronofsky did something. He did something here that it's hard to find, in movies. It's heartbreaking, heart-wrenching. Why don't you go ahead and I'm on RottenTomatoes.com right now. What's the audience score for this movie?
93.
92. You're really close.
Yeah, it's going to be the 90s for both these.
Okay, so what's the critic score for this one?
96.
66.
What?
Yeah. The controversies in
how is whoa? I'm sorry. Did you just say the critic score is 66?
I did. Yeah. Yeah, it's gone down. It was at 74 at the highest, and it's gone down because there's a lot of criticism going towards the movie because of what it portrays. So here's the critics' consensus is though. Held together by killer Brendan Fraser, The Whale sings a song of empathy that will leave most viewers blubbering. And this was obviously written for all these other, but yeah, it's got a lot of controversy surrounding it. So the score's gone down than what it was. So, yeah.
What the heck, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, man. I just don't.
I don't.
Anytime you do something that's outside of the box, dude, it just gets nailed down so hard. Remember when they directed a Batman movie? I'm saying, like, every year of my life, I'm just getting like more and more fed up with people are just like, that is evil. It's like, no, you're obviously not getting the point of this, and you are not the audience that should be watching this. Then,
yeah, I mean, also looking at Darren Aronofsky's work, you need to.
But that's The Whale.
That's The Whale. Next week will be our top of 2022 episode with Mark Radlick of Radlick Broadcasting.
No, continue what you're going to say. Obviously, we're delayed. Hey. Obviously, we're delayed.
Oh.
Continue your thought and just
Darren Aronofsky's
that out.
Darren Aronofsky's work.
1, 2, 3.
Darren Aronofsky's work is speaks for itself. If you watch Requiem for a Dream or The Black Swan or The Wrestler, he treats all those characters fairly. And it's a movie about loss and redemption, and this is Charlie's condition is just a symptom of those things. You know, we're not, and it's just he makes movies that are going to challenge you. They're not going to easy to watch. Yeah, I mean, you've seen Requiem for a Dream. It's not easy to watch.
Yeah.
So it's there to challenge you, but I don't think it's hateful. I don't think it's fatphobic. And maybe
no, I don't think anything. I think you're concentrating too much on this. 100%. It's a good movie. Go watch it. Stop concentrating on the negativity.
Okay.
Literally, seriously, guys. Not making fun of big people or anybody in this movie. It's literally just telling this story of this one man's travels.
Yep.
It's literally what it is. So, and it's not saying anybody as a community either way. Yeah. It's not doing that. So don't worry about that stuff. It's just an emotional movie, and people didn't know how to take the emotions that were going through their soul, and so they had to outlash at it. Be like, it's this because I can't handle my thoughts and feelings as a human being. It's the worst thing ever. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. That's the way it goes. That's the world we live in. Anyway, so go see The Whale. Go see Emily the Criminal. Bottom line, both of that. Next week, what are we doing, Chris?
Top 10 of our top of 2022. We're doing 10 best, 5 honorable mentions, and then 5 worst with Mark Ryder of Ryder Broadcasting. Really fucking cool guy. I can't wait to talk to him again. I can't wait.
Yes, and we'll put his link. He has a bunch of podcast shows. I go listen every now and then,
and you're on
as
them.
much as I can. Yeah, well, I've been on it a few times, yeah, but I mean, not in a while. I think like half a year. But literally, I listen to it every time I get a chance. He does have some great thoughts on not only movies but also others like pro wrestling and social media
and metal and heavy metal.
Yeah. Also, everybody, yay, cool, it's awesome. So next week is all about the year 2022, all the movies we saw, which altogether is like 132 we've reviewed this year.
It's a lot. It's a lot. We saw a lot of movies
I think
this
it's
year.
like 132 movies we reviewed. Actually, I think I have it right here. Give me a second.
Did you include The Whale and Women Criminal?
Yeah, well, I will now. I mean, okay, so altogether, oh no, it's not that much. I thought it'd be a lot more than that. Okay, so altogether with the last one, there's 2, 4, 6. So we have reviewed 101 movies this year.
Good times.
101.
I know I've seen more than that. I've watched quite a few.
Yeah, so have I. like even the movies we've talked about we were going to review, I saw those too. So we'll go over the best of 2022 next week with our special guest Mark. We will have a great time. Everybody will love it, except for Chris, because
I love
Mark.
Mark's
annihilate
awesome.
him.
I love Mark. You can find us on movies. So that point to Mike. You just find us on movies on so.net. We're on Facebook.com/podcast. We're on Twitter at MTS Podcast. We're on Instagram at MTS Podcast. Go to Patreon.com/movies don't suck. We go to bonfire.com. Movies don't suck and something they do. You'll find shirts and shit with his face on it. Watch it on YouTube and subscribe. Watch it on Twitch. Go and subscribe. Watch it on Facebook. Like that page. Share it with your friends. If you guys want to send us an email, info@moviesdon'tsuck.net or moviesdon'tsuck@gmail.com. We're on all streaming platforms where you find movies, or where you can find podcasts. You find movies that don't suck and some that do. What do you do for small businesses, Neil?
If you got a small business, let us know. We'll be more than happy to advertise. Just email us, message us. We'll be more than happy to give your information out there to our thousands of listeners, our millions of followers. We will be more than happy to give your information out there. And I think that's it, Chris. Right. Let's get her done.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Something to Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And remember, folks, if your student debt gets so bad that you need to go out there and start stealing, maybe you need to vote a different direction. Have a good night.